Welcome back. Let's shift focus to Chennai right now. Less than 24 hours after Amma's warring faction seemed poised to bury the hatchet and unite for the people of Tamil Nadu is what they said. Trouble now seems to be brewing even as formal merger talks are yet to take off. India Today has now accessed the inside track of the tug of war amidst merger talks.
It is turning out to be a coup within the coup. Just 2 months after quelling the rebellion by O. Selvam, Sasikala Natarajan and her nephew TTV Dinakaran have learnt that there are no permanent friends in politics the hard way. This time their hand-picked Chief Minister E. Palanichami is plotting a merger with O. Selvam, which would inevitably mean a downsize for the Mannargudi clan. What turned the tide against Dinakaran is the latest FIR against him by Delhi police, accusing him of trying to bribe EC officials to get the two-leaf symbol through conman Sukesh Chandrasekhar.
There is no split in our party because even the Election Commission is not given the verdict as there is a split in the party. There are also difference of opinion among some of our leaders.
Merger, we all good. I mean, party integrity is very important, definitely.
India Today has exclusive details of the talks between OPS and EPS camps. Sources tell that EPS camp is ready to accept OPS as the Chief Minister, but they want EPS to be made the Deputy CM. But Selvam's insistence on removing both Sasikala and Dinakaran from the party could be a spoiler in the plan.
O. Selvam has clearly told that there will be conditions in the speech. First of all, his first condition is Madam's death. If there is going to be such demands, I don't think so it is going to happen.
Dinakaran is walking on thin ice. Sources say 4 of his key loyalists, including Jayakumar and SP Velumani, are ready to switch camps. Many of Dinakaran's supporters are wary of possible income tax cases coming their way.
What is in line for AIADMK in the future? Has TTV Dinakaran caught himself in an entanglement from which he cannot free himself? If the factions merge, Team OPS with Team EPS, who will be the new leader of the party? Will they go with the people's choice or will they go with the incumbent leader? What future does Sasikala's family hold inside AIADMK? These seem to be the questions that are paralleling right now. In Chennai, with camera person Daniel, Pramod Madhav for India Today.
Going across to our consulting editor T.S. Sudhir, who's joining us live with the very latest developments. T.S., dramatic developments over the last 24 hours, but clearly a roadblock now. What's expected?
Well, they say a week is a long time in politics, but it would seem that 24 hours is even more of a longer time in politics. In fact, in the last 24 hours, much of the merger plan has come unstuck. As the story indicated, the main problem seems to be O. Selvam's insistence that his camp will have the Chief Minister's post, the General Secretary's post, as well as the Presidium Chairman post, and also cabinet berths for all his men. That is something which the Palanichami camp is not too happy about, because the impression that is sought to be given is that it is the EPS camp, the Palanichami camp, which is seeking a merger with the Selvam camp, while it is not really the case. Because if you look at the numbers, you have a government, you have 122 MLAs on one side. So as one of the Palanichami senior cabinet ministers told me, how do you foresee a situation where a party with 122 MLAs merges into a party which has just about 12 MLAs? So that is point number one. Point number two, and this is the most crucial factor, Selvam's insistence on a commission of inquiry to probe into Jayalalitha's death is like washing dirty AIADMK linen in public, and that is not something which is making the Sasikala camp very happy. Also, Dinakaran hardening its position, saying that Sasikala will not step down as General Secretary. What he could do as a compromise formula is to step down himself as the Deputy General Secretary and make Selvam as the Deputy General Secretary in his place. Again, that is something which Selvam is not willing to accept, because if he is seen as having any kind of a compromise formula with the Shashikala camp, that will undermine his position. So from all three sides, the Paneerselvam camp, the Palaniswamy camp and the Dinakaran Shashikala camp, positions being hardened, as a result of which the talks are not really going ahead, and it has hit several roadblocks at the same time in the last 24 hours.
You know, TS, it's a catch-22 situation, isn't it? Because OPS has these list of demands, but OPS need the numbers which EPS camp has.
Absolutely. Paneerselvam obviously does not have the numbers on his side, but what he is banking on, and that's what he also mentioned at the press conference which he addressed early this morning, essentially talking about the Delhi police case. Now that is a subtle and non-political angle to this entire political drama, the kind of pressure that the Delhi police case against Dinakaran could exert. Now that has set the cat among the pigeons in the last 24 hours, but now after he has received legal advice, Dinakaran seems to believe, and at least that's what his camp followers say, that there isn't much strength in the case against him, and that he wouldn't really get caught in that entire legal case of the Delhi police in this bribery case against the Election Commission officials. So that seems to have given some amount of confidence to the Dinakaran camp, and that perhaps explains his hardening of position that Shashikala under no circumstances is going to step down as the General Secretary of the AIADMK.
All right, appreciate you joining us, TS. With, quoting for what you said, if 24 hours is a week in politics, then you have a long day ahead of you tomorrow. Thank you for joining us. We're going to come back to you for more. All right, with that, it's a wrap on this edition. We'll see you tomorrow. Up next is my colleague Padmaja Joshi with the very latest at 8 p.m. Thank you for joining us, and good night.